And the best and the greatest day to be alive is today. And welcome to the Wise Hour. I'm your host, Jay Melane, also known as Wise, where we drop 24 karat gold bars in the family. You know about this podcast. It's about to empower and to inspire. I have a guest star here that definitely is going to do that. Fit the definition that 100%. When you leave this podcast today, you're going to definitely be empowered and inspired to live your life and encourage people to live there. I'm telling you right now, she's a champion and you're going to understand why. So before we jump into the show, I need your guys to subscribe, hit the like button, and definitely share. We're a community here. And more you share, more you comment, it just helps the algorithm. And guess what? More people get this great content, what we call 24 karat gold bars indeed. So family, thanks for each and every person who subscribe, each and every person who like and share this stuff. So wow, thank you. So family, I'm not gonna hold you. You definitely need to get your notepads, your iPads, your recording device, wherever device it is to record, because you about to learn something very special today. So with that said, let's go.
At the Wise Hour, we break through the night, bringing knowledge fire, so hold on tight. Every episode, a story to unfold. We're turning every minute into gold.
And this is the place where we be dropping 24 karat gold bars indeed. Family, I got Miss Day all day up in the house today. What's going on, Queen? How you doing?
Hello there, King Wise. How are you?
I'm well. I'm much better since I got you on here now. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, like I said in the pre-announcement of the show, people's life is going to be changed. And I'm telling you, you are unstoppable. And they're going to understand why. And you're going to show them how to be unstoppable as well. So with that, Queen, before we drop into any questions, introduce yourself to the audience.
Well, I am so proud and honored to be here with you today. But to your audience, God bless you all. I am Denise, aka Mrs. Day All Day. That is my brand. And I am actually 62 years young. I am married to King Day, and that's where I got my Mrs. Day All Day. But I actually am the CEO of Denise Day Consulting. I am a retired former civil servant. I was a trainer for the Navy for 32 years in Monterey, California, and I currently reside in Las Vegas, Nevada. And my mission and my purpose is to empower and to encourage women over the age of 50 to just live your best life, start walking in your purpose, and know that it's never too late to get your business or your money straight.
Come on now. She already stopped and dropping 24 karat gold bars. Indeed. Come on there, Queen. So you already started off with, I already have my first question lined up, but I'm still going to ask because I want people to understand who is Miss Day All Day is. So since you call yourself Miss Day All Day, where, because you already shared where, but we won't go a little deeper. Where did that name came from, but what does it truly represent in your life today?
Well, that is an excellent question. Thank you for asking. Because the reality of it is that I met my husband when I was 55 years young. I am a two-time divorcee, but this is my third marriage. So I met King Day there in Monterey. So that's how I took on the name of Mrs. Day All Day, right? And that used to be his slogan because he was a general manager in the car dealership. So he was Miss, Alexander Day all day, every day. So when I created my brand in my LLC, created my business in 2020, I took that name on as a brand, Mrs. Day All Day, because I got married to the king, right? And so I took that name on, but it also just meant so much to me because I know that I am a queen and I walk in that. But
Come
it was
on now.
beautiful, and I can't wait to share it, tell women about relationships that you can find love after 50. Like I said, I was married at 19 for 3 years, 45 at 8 years. And like I always say, sometimes you got to let Bozo go so that Boaz can show up. That was that's my story. I'm just telling the truth. And this king is real. So, hey, that's how I became Miss Day All Day. And it's really my branding also.
Come on now. I love it. I love it. I love it. Because like I said, in the journey of life, you recognize, like I said, the mountain peaks and the valley lows. And you realize, hey, I didn't need to make a shift in life. And you got a king that, like I said, you can join together and form, like I said, you got your brand, but your brand came aligned with your king. Because hey, you are the queen. So hey, so I love that. And like I said, all day. Come on now.
All day, every day. No, there's King Day right now, but I love it, and I am so blessed. But I tell you, and that's why I feel so blessed, and I talk to God about it, and that's what I said, Lord, I want to be in love before I die, because I have been through a lot, and I'm telling you, it is real. And you speak to God, He will give you the desires of your heart, and I mean, a true partner that loves me, supports me. Like I say, on the techie side, he got it. Content side, that's me. But I love him and he loves me, and that's the good news. But he also tells me that I had to go through all of that in order to get here. So, hey, sometimes that's what it is. Like you just said, them valley moments. I done had some valley moments in life, in love, in health. You know my health journey too, but I really had to go through that fire in order to come out to be sitting here right now. Just peace. I tell you, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Oh yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I'm gonna go deep dive in this right here real quick because I want people to understand who we have here on the show. So like, you already mentioned that you are 62 years young, and you are still going hard at it. Even though you say you were retired from public service and all that stuff like that. What inspired your journey into consulting, coaching, and now wellness?
Well, okay, coaching and the consulting portion of it came because it's just by nature. I was a trainer for the Navy for 32 years. So that was my job. I was a teacher. I love it. And I especially love teaching and training adults. I love to see the spark in the eye when they get it, right? So that was a part of me naturally. I am a transformational speaker. You know, I'm not motivational because, you know, motivation can kind of fly away when they hit the parking lot. But when you're dealing with somebody on the transformational level, then something's got to change. Okay. So that's what I realized in my own life. And I want to share that with the women. When we transform, it's a powerful thing. And then on the wellness side, I don't know if I had mentioned that yet, but I am a 3-time cancer survivor. I have been through some physical health challenges that are just crazy. But for the grace and the mercy of God, I've had fibroids. I had a brain tumor. I woke up talking after the brain tumor. You know that's God. I had breast cancer in 2012. I had another bout in 2022. And just in this January, I got diagnosed with lung cancer. I had surgery on February the 4th, and I am healing from that as we speak. But our family, you know, our LB family, you guys have been holding me down, been there with me through the journey. Y'all are my family, and I'm coming through. That's where our beautiful connection came. But I'm pressing. I'm pressing my way. And you know that old commercial, I'm dating myself. I've fallen, but
come on now.
Honey, I've fallen, but I definitely get up. And in the last couple of days, I realized that I'm not only a confidence coach, I am a resilience coach. Okay, I want to talk to somebody about the resilience, about getting up. Don't just keep laying down, because a setback is a setup for a comeback. And here I am. I'm telling you, I'm 2 months out. My ribs ain't totally put together. They operated on me with the robot and the doctor. But thank God I didn't have to have chemotherapy. I had no, what is the other one? No chemo, no radiation. I did not have to take any additional medications. I still just take my follow-up breast cancer medication. But I want to talk to the women about checking out your bodies, getting your mammograms. If something's going on with your body, you feel something, go see about it. Be your own advocate, because your body's trying to tell you something. I know that's what was happening in me when I had a headache for 6 months and people were misdiagnosing me. But that wellness part of it comes on. I got eBooks and talking about sugar-free living. Cancer lives on sugar. And I've been a sugar addict most of my life. Talking about, I'm just a chocoholic. No, you need to get over it, ma'am, because cancer lives and thrives on sugar. But they don't want to tell us that. They want us sick and overweight and just hooked on medication. This is my opinion because I've lived it. Okay. But
Okay.
it's a change. It's time for a change, to get up and move and just take a walk in the wellness area of it, the fitness. Fit over 50. I got an ebook on that as well. But just taking care of ourselves. That's a part of self-care. We got to care for us first. And we as women tend to put everybody else first before we do ourselves. But if we fall out, then who taking care of us? I'm fortunate to have a king over here, but hey, I don't want to put that much pressure on him.
I hear you.
Hey, it's real. It's a real thing. But I thank God that I've come through these challenges and I am a survivor and I'm thriving. Yes.
Come on now. Come
And I
on
didn't
now.
just sit down and keep watching, but I did get hooked on YouTube. I did have a bout there where I was hooked on YouTube and I had did a speak about addiction. There was a point in my life where I was functionally addicted. Okay.
Ooh.
During the pandemic time, I know the enemy was trying to take me out. It was me and wine and puff. I didn't have to pass, but I'm telling you, God brought me out of that as well. And
Come
he
on.
delivered me, and I'm no longer drinking or smoking. And it's the grace. I'm telling you, it ain't because Denise is so great. It's because God loves me that much. He
Come on.
chose me for such a time as this. That's why I always say I am Esther. 4 and 14, it's time to speak on it. Because if you be quiet, it'll come from someplace else. And God woke me up for 2 years telling me I am Esther. Okay?
Come on.
I'm
Come
gonna
on
need
now.
to sober up and get on about the business. Okay?
You are watching The Wise Hour with J. Melane Wise.
You are watching The Wise Hour with J. Melane Wise.
You're watching The Wise Hour with J. Melane Wise.
You're listening to the Wise Hour with Jay Wise. Have you not subscribed? Have you not told somebody else? Are we not commenting? We're on the Wise Hour. What we doing?
Come on now. 24 karat gold bar drop indeed. You do not look what you went through. You do not look.
Okay.
Come on now.
That's what I say all the time. Thank God I don't look like what I've been through, because beyond the illness, the sickness, the broken heart, the betrayal by family, the divorces, and all of that, losing my mom, that was my best friend, and all of that pressure. And right when it felt like I was bending, but I never broke. And then God sent the king. It was just like, he said, that's enough, baby girl. I got you. I got you.
Oh yeah, he got you.
I thank God.
Oh, come on now. Come on now. You see, family, you should be excited and motivated already. I know y'all about to jump out of your seats. I know if people right now get their hand throw up. I know you do, because I'm about to throw mine. Come on. Cause that right there is fire. Because everything you've been through and you still have the energy and desire to press forward. A whole lot of people will give up on life and just, try to shut on down or just gave up. But you saw a purpose in them. We won't get deep. We're gonna go into that and you talk about some stuff about the sugar thing. We're gonna talk about that as well. So with that being said, I want to, and I think you already addressed this, but I want to go ahead and ask this anyway. What was that turning point in your life that made you say, I have more to do and I'm not done yet?
Wow. Okay, that's a good question. I believe it was during that period, that time of the pandemic. Because in 2020 is when I retired. And I didn't work for the best organization, but I worked for a solid organization, because during the civil service career, to be in the same location for 32 years is quite remarkable. And I was in Monterey, California. I call that God's country, right? But I'm working for an organization that didn't really appreciate who I was. I'm going to just call it like it was. I felt that it was a lot of racism, a lot of situations going on. But during that period, right prior, I was working from home for a year. I had telework from Las Vegas to Monterey. But at the beginning of they wanted to switch up on me. It was horrible. But then 2020 came, February 28th of 2020. That was a leap year. My husband and I went back to Monterey, had a meeting, mediation actually. And I let them know that I was no longer going to be disrespected and not appreciated. And I had 2 years of service at 57 years young, right? So I put them on notice. They asked me, was I going to move back there? Why would I? I just had a house built in Vegas. So the answer was absolutely not. And I can no longer continue to work for this organization because I don't respect any of you. So I decided to retire, and I said I'll be retiring at the end of the month. That was February 28th of that leap year. I leaped right out of the government into retirement. And then at that moment, I'm telling you, God speaks to me, okay? He told me to get your money, your ammunition, and your food together. Was waking me up. Get your money, your ammo, and your food. And I was like, wow, I got the little friends already that eat the ammo, but I was like, what? So anyway, the preparation was on. And in that moment, I realized that there's still something in me. There's service. I am a minister of the gospel, but that's another story for another day. But I love God. I realized my relationship was vertical. It's no longer horizontal, not worrying
Come on
about people. I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Everybody can't take all this little bling, but I got a good heart. You know what I'm saying? And when people can't realize that you want to be of service, it kind of can get painful. But God said, I have so much more for you to do. There's a calling on your life. I love women and I am not insecure. So it's all of that that made me realize I could be a businesswoman. And I was looking at it from a point of view to go ahead and encourage other women to get their other streams of income. Because as I was standing up, creating my LLCs, understanding business, understanding that these iPhones and Mac computers can be a personal write-off for your business. Stop doing stuff under the table. Put it on the table. We leaving money on the table. Trying to do all this undercover stuff. You can't even get a business plan together because we want to be on the creek. No, we are legitimate business women and men. So that really made me want to say and know and realize that my heart is for service. God called me for such a time as this, and that he preserved me for such a time as this. Because back when I was having that brain tumor, when I realized I was just going through life, yes, I'm having brain surgery on such a day. And I knew I could not make no deals with God. I wasn't in the best place in that moment. I knew him. I heard about him. I knew him. And I said, God, to be absent from, I can't make no deals, but to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. If you bring me through this, I will tell of your goodness for the rest of my days. And
Come on.
20 years later, sharing that story with you. Woke me up out of brain surgery talking.
Come on now. That's unheard of.
I'm just saying, talking. And I was like, hey, praise God. I saw my mom, my sister, ladies from the church, and they telling me to be quiet. I said, oh no, I got to give God some glory. And saw a big old bouquet of white roses a co-worker had sent me. I said, Mama, don't let nobody take my roses. Don't let nobody take my roses. And God has loved me and covered me like that. So it wouldn't even be right for me not to share of his goodness and still share with others what he has imparted in me. That's how I know I'm made for a stage. And I'm going to be on one before the end of this year, 2025.
Come on now. And yes, you're going to be on some stages. You're going to be on some stages because that engine stuff. I want to give you a reference to how life is so important. Gosh, I had to think back because I was in my 20s. I'm 52 right now, so I think I was around maybe 29 or 30 years old. I had a amazing friend. Her name was Dana. She had a tumor herself in the brain, so she had surgery. But the next day, she had a stroke from the surgery and died. So by you coming out and saying you were talking. And you are standing here right now, not showing no ill effects, but claiming what God has for you is a miracle. Because not everybody get that chance.
But King Wise, listen to this. This was the part I left out of the story. My mother was a nurse for 28 years, right? Mm-hmm. My mom was the one that had told them, they kept misdiagnosing me, just giving me pain pills. It's a wonder that I wasn't addicted. I was on Percocet, Darvocet, any kind of set you could think of. I was taking them pills. I couldn't keep food down. This went on for 6 months. And then finally, I blew my nose in my office and blood came out. I called my mom and I told her, I said, Mom, if something happens to me, these are my 3 doctors, sue them because something's wrong. She said, Nisi, tell them to give you an MRI and an MRA. So when I went back to the doctor, that's what I demanded. He's trying to pet my hand and tell me everything's okay. I said, it's not okay. And those tests, I said, he says those tests are expensive. I play Blue Cross Blue Shield a lot of money, get me the test. I was going to flip his desk over like Jesus in the temple to get what I needed, right? So come to find out, Here was the kicker. After that surgery, after I woke up, my mom was there with me and came to California, stayed with me for some days. Her friend was on the phone. She said, does Niecy still have her faculties? Does she have all of her faculties? And I heard her and I said, I laughed. I said, did that lady just ask you, did I have all of my faculties? And my mom said, Niecy, you have no idea how blessed you are. She said, you could have had a stroke. You could have lost taste. You could have lost vision. There is so many things that could have went wrong. So no, you are blessed. And only thing, that tumor was sitting in the middle of my head on my pituitary gland, about to attach to my right eye. And my surgeon said, snipped it. He didn't pull it. He snipped it. But I even asked God in that moment that I was in all of this pain, God, you got to reveal this thing. And the day after the MRI and the MRA, I'm walking out of there. I audibly hear God say, turn around. And when I turned around and looked at the screen, I saw that tumor in the middle of my head in living. But on a CT scan, you saw nothing because CTs is just gray matter. But that's why my mom said, you need that thing in color. And it showed up. The nurse looked at me and said, oh, ma'am, I'm so sorry. I can't talk to you about this. I said, ma'am, I didn't ask you anything. Because, see, I already had talked to God about it. I asked God to
come on now.
And he showed it to me. And I said, wow. I just walked out of there. And from then, the doctor who was giving me all the pills called me up talking real soft and like, okay, well, we're going to have to see now if it was an aneurysm or if it was a cyst, because they didn't know. And I had to go and get that thing, the imaging where they shoot the dye. He telling me if we can't get in on the Friday, we can do it on Monday. I said, no, I don't think so. I'll be at that hospital in a few minutes. Because from what I understood about aneurysm, they can burst.
Yes.
And they can kill you. And you're going to tell me on a Friday afternoon, we may get to it on Monday. Oh, man, please. I made my way. I called my mother and my pastor. Jesus already knew. So I'm on my way to the hospital. Okay? He's playing with me. But that's why
intentional.
Be our own advocate. That's my bottom line. Look out for yourself because they'll brush you off and tell you got a sinus infection when you got a tumor in the middle of your head.
Come on now. Come on now. Be intentional and know yourself and be willing to stand up for yourself. And that right there is good. That right there is good teaching right there. And you sharing that, hopefully y'all guys getting the chance to really see that you got to be an advocate for yourself. Your health is your wealth. And she went through so many things and you thought you say you went so many things in your past. But the thing is, you recognize what you went through and you made the life adjustments. Yes, you had the surgery. Yes, and the diagnosis went one way, but you say, you know what? Something ain't right. I want to figure this thing out. I want to get the right test and have people in your corner that can give you sound advice as well. It's always good to have good counsel. And your mother, like you said, Jesus already knew. You have your pastor and your mother who's in the medical field also helps as well. So always have people in your corner that can give you sound advice so you realize you're not alone. Come on, you guys started something there. Don't start something.
And let me just add one more thing on this.
Yes.
Brief. When I found out when the lung cancer situation got diagnosed, it's because I went in about a lump on my right side. There was a lump on my right side, and I'm like, something's wrong. That don't look normal. So I go to get tests for it, but they did it with no contrast, like without dye. So when I went back on a regular routine to my oncologist, my breast guy, he looked at that thing that he saw that had happened because they can see each other's records. And he said, I can't even tell what this is. He said, you know what? Let me write. You be okay if I write you up for a PET scan? I'll give you a thing to go get a PET scan for your upper torso and with dye, and we can see. I said, okay, no problem. And then we go do that. Come to find out, they come back and say there's a nodule on my lung. Now we don't went from the lump to now there's a nodule. And then he said, let me send you to the best thoracic guy. I know who he is. Let me send you to him. Took me to the thoracic guy. The report is saying everything's fine. There's nothing there. Me and my husband sitting in his office and he's like, nah, that's not right. He said, I see something. So he calls, tell them, reread this. They reread it. He said, it is a nodule. And he said, well, sometimes, you know what? I've seen things show up. They don't show up as cancer, like it don't light up. He said, but that don't mean it's not cancer. And I'm sitting there, well, okay, well, maybe I'm going to pray about it and I'm going to see. I can hear my mom. We don't watch stuff grow. We get it cut out. And so that day, we set up the date for the surgery. That day in January, we set that day to do that surgery. And he said, if it's cancer, we cut it out. If it's not, everything be okay. I'll cut it. But if it's a cancer, we got to take more lymph nodes. And that's what he did. But we got to be advocates. We got to check stuff out. And then I was going to quit my oncology guy because, you know, he got this reputation. You can't come to his office late. If you late, he not going to see you. So back in the day, I had an attitude. Why they be late? How they going to tell us we ain't going to be late? And the Holy Ghost said, no, ma'am, you just need to be on time. How about that?
Come on now.
I'm so glad I did not quit him because he, doing that PET scan, found that lung cancer.
Wow. 24 karat gold bars dropped indeed. And now I'm talking about you do not look what you've been through. And you're sharing your testimony. And I'm happy to say that. Now, with that being said, now that puts you into purpose. And what I want to make sure I want to talk about is welcome to that vault. You know what I'm saying? Talking about faith, fitness, and finance. So my first thing I'm going to ask you about is, can you walk us through Miss Day Vault and what actually is inside this treasure chest?
Yes, actually, Mrs. Day's vault is located at mrsdayallday.com. So that is actually my website. It's my store. It's where my services are located. So if you ever need any services for figuring out strategy for what you want to do for your business or your side hustle or your multiple streams of income, if you need an accountability partner, I am here for you. The accountability course situation is there. We can set up what you need to have done and to be held accountability. Accountability moves me. Sometimes you be left to your own devices. You go veering off the road. So just getting on track. And that's what I love the community where I met King Wise in. It's accountability all day, every day. And so I also offer the one-on-one if you want to work one-on-one with me. So under the services are listed there to work, accountability, or strategy. And then I'm so happy to say that I am a self-published author. I have 7 eBooks. All my eBooks are listed there under the mrsdayallday.com. You can just hit shop, go there, you can grab them. I have the juicing smoothies, juicing for vitality, smoothing. Each of those have 20 recipes in there, beautifully laid out. I have sugar-free living is available, and Fit Over 50, a workout, listing in there for what we can do for Fit Over 50. I ain't trying to have nobody falling out. I'm not a runner. I got this rope challenge talking about we're gonna do 500 jumps today. We're gonna do 1,000 the next day. 2 weeks. What? I got a bad knee. I'm not trying to do all that. But I appreciated the fellowship because we got in there. We had some great Zoom calls, but I'm not. The Lord told me get that hula hoop out. I have a weighted hula hoop, honey. It spin around, so that's what I'm doing. Because Mrs. Day got a bad knee from cheerleading. I'm not doing that. But I have 3 cookbooks: a vegan cookbook, plant-based, and a keto, and all wonderful. Whatever area you in. Me and my husband were vegans for 18 months. But we fell off the wagon. We fell, but we gonna get back up, honey. And now I want to be plant-based. So I'm not calling myself a vegan because I like fish. So I'm getting to more with plant-based. I love fruit. But then it's a process. It's a working process. But the bottom line is all of these things are there and available within Mrs. Day's vault. And because April is my birthday month, I put everything is on sale. 50% off on everything. So those ebooks that were $9.99, you could get them for $4.99 right now. The cookbooks that were $11.97, they're $5.99. My services, it was $100 for an hour. They're at $50, I believe. $250 on the accountability and $400 on the one-on-one. And you cannot beat that. And it's not because I don't know my worth. It's because I want to share. I want to get those women and those that are ready. If you're ready to go, I'm here for you. But if you're not, I need you to pray about it and get ready, okay?
Come on now.
Got a gift and a purpose and all of that, okay? I'm just saying. And then on that fitness, that's the other thing. I lost 77 pounds and my highest weight weighed 237. I've lost 77 pounds. I kept it off for 6 years now. Last a couple months ago, I did gain a few pounds back because I was eating like a fool. But there's some things you can cut out in steps and tips that you can do immediately. Last weekend, I went in the grocery store. I don't even, my husband cooks. The king cooks. Okay.
Come on now. Come on now.
Homeboy does laundry. It relaxes him. You know God is good. Okay? He is. I have not done my laundry. And then he does the laundry. It will fold it up. God is good. I'm telling you, just talk to him. He'll give you the desires of your heart. So, but anyway, in those moments, he go grocery shopping. But me and the dog, my baby girl, fur baby Mocha, we in the car. We want to go in the store too. I get out the car, go in the grocery store. I should have stayed in the car. I come out of there with $6 potato chips, had chocolate, just had lost my mind. But I had to give myself grace and get back onto my granny apples because I love apples. I love pears. I love smoothies and juicing. But sometimes you just have a little break in your mental. But God is good. Give yourself grace, pick yourself up, and keep moving. But I weigh 161 right now, and I'm 5'7", and I am excited about it because I'm no longer claiming diabetes. I'm gonna get my life under control because God has work for me to do, and I am a living example that it can be done. Okay, I'm sorry.
Leaders don't wait for change. They create it. Champions don't walk alone. They stand together in faith in this great collaboration. This is your invitation to the Leaders Live Generously Prayer Breakfast of Champions, a gathering of visionaries, believers, and world changers. Where? I'm telling you, 32747 Grand Travis, August 30th, 2025 at 9:30 a.m. It will be a morning of revelation, restoration, and renewed strength. Isaiah 40:31 says, "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They'll mount up with wings as eagles." You know it's your time to soar. I need you to come expecting divine encounters, prophetic impartation, kingdom connections that will shift your life forever. Don't miss this moment with destiny, because when leaders pray, heavens move. I want to see you there. Click now on the link. This is Dr. Prophet Anthony Shannon signing out. I'll see you in the place.
No, exactly. And that's the thing. We want people to be real. You talk about the journey of how you did certain things. Then when you do the slips, it's real. People have slips. People go, like you say, you went to the store. I said, "Well, I went to the store. I came back with a $6 potato chip and get some bar." But you recognize it. The thing is recognizing what you do. The word is called repent. You shift. You go back to the standpoint. You shift. Okay, let me change my thinking. Let me get the right routine in that I need to do. I missed the mark. I fell short on this, but I'm gonna move forward and do the right thing now. And that's the difference. And that's what make you Miss Day all day. You come in our community, you are very real. You tell it like it is. You don't put yourself on this whole entire mountaintop. You praise the songs of greatness, but also let people know that you are real and that, hey, I have challenges. And that's why people flock to you, because in our community, everybody flocks to you instead because how real you share your testimony. And that's why we need more people up there willing to be real and share themselves. And that one saying the vault is amazing, and I thank you. And I'm gonna move to this question right here. Why did you choose to focus on women over 50, and how has that changed the way you coach?
I believe truly the reason that I focused on the women over 50, because at one point I was saying women over 40. And then I wanted to deal with the ladies that were in their 20s, because I feel like I'm that cool auntie that can give you the real, because I done been through it and I can help you. I don't want to see you bumping your head and bleeding, right? If I could give you some counsel, some wise counsel. But the point of the matter came down to, I need to focus. Get in one lane. And so then that's where I changed it. I raised it, said women over 50, because we are full of wisdom. We have all of this wisdom, this knowledge, but some of us have been put in a place to make people will tell you that you're not worthy. You're too old. You're not capable of doing that. So under that confidence building, I am that teacher. I am that example that the devil is a liar and the truth is not in him. And so you got to step into that authority that we have, because we ain't been on this earth for 50 years and don't know nothing. I don't believe that. I believe everybody's got a craft, a purpose, or something that's going on. And if it's to make you some money, if it's to give advice, if it's to be a speaker or a teacher, it is, everybody has something. So in that range, like I said, I want to hone in on those ladies over 50, because like I say, I'm 62. So I know we've lived some life, and then we can impart it into others. So I'm not excluding the ladies. I don't want to turn away no men, but hey, fellas, if what I'm saying resonates with you, then go tell your wife. Go tell your mom. Go tell your aunt. Grab your daughter, because honey, I'm going to be dropping some jewels about life, faith, fitness, finances, business, and relationships. All of us are dealing in all those areas. So that's where I had to focus, because you know they say you need to niche down. So that's my niche. That's my lane. Come on now. You know, I done lived it. And a lot of us think what we have to say and what we've been through is not worthy of sharing. But it is. When we get out of our own ways, get that confidence. And I know I'm not the only one that has resilience. I'm not the only one been through a divorce. And I'm not. Now. Don't get me on the divorce story. I'm gonna do a story time on that. That'll be a next podcast. How to protect yourself. You better get a middle class prenup.
Hey, I want to bring you back on the show so we can talk about that part right there by itself.
That part. Hey, God is good.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I'm gonna continue. I want to continue because you mentioned something about this ebook. You mean by the ebooks that you have? I think you said 7. You said 7. Okay, I want to talk about 2 of them that you talked about. Can you tell us about these ebooks right here? And because you mentioned some earlier, Kick the Sugar Habit and Fit Over 50. What made them different?
Okay, I think that they're different, but they're very similar. They can go hand in hand, because in that, when I came up and created the one with the Kicking the Sugar Habit, oh my God, it was so much that was going on, because I already knew that sugar is the main culprit in cancer. And as I was researching the book and coming up with this, it just started playing back in my mind how bad I was eating. Like, I could just think about it, like in my 20s, when I was working midship, I used to get off work every day and I would go to McDonald's. McDonald's is like, my opinion, some of that stuff is poison. I just heard about when in the French fries. I love some hot French fries, honey. That's just my thing. Just the food that I was consuming. And when I found out that when they cook the McDonald's, when they harvest the McDonald's French fries, the people have to put on hazmat suits. They have to be in a room for so many days, and this hazmat shit going on. I'm sorry for cussing. But I was just like, dang. And I was eating that garbage every day or every other day. I was hooked on fast food. Chick-fil-A, same thing. With them chicken nuggets, it's 52 ingredients in a Chick-fil-A chicken nugget, and they not good. So, wow. Good for you. It's chemicals. So when I start thinking about that, now we ain't even talking about the cookies, the donuts, the chocolate, all of this garbage. And then that it puts you on a cycle like a rat on a wheel. When you start eating sugar like that, sugar is worse than heroin. Did you know that? Let's think about that. Sugar is worse than heroin. And then our government is in alignment with it. That's why a lot of stuff, they won't even put how bad sugar is on the packaging. Because they in cahoots with them. I'm just telling you what I've learned. But anyway, when I found out the direct correlation between sugar and cancer, then it made total sense how cancer has been riddling my body from here to here to here, and I said no more. And me and Sister Cece was talking about that. I got to have a thing to where a release and just purging myself and releasing them dirty cells. But there's foods that you can eat to eliminate that. But there's other healthy alternatives that could be sweet. Like I said, I've been getting down on some granny apples and the red apples. My husband said, I'm so proud of you just eating up your apples. Because sometimes I get the apples that ain't go bad sitting around here. And if you're getting fruit for your smoothies or fruit that you're using, get frozen fruit. You don't have to always buy fresh fruit because it could go bad on you. But get frozen. I got frozen pineapples, mangoes, berries, if you ever get strawberries, get organic ones. Because I used to live in the Salinas Valley where all the strawberries are coming from. And they say if you eat a regular strawberry, it's like you putting a hose in your mouth with pesticides. Because they go so low to the ground. And when they're being sprayed, they're laying in the pesticides. I was like,
gosh.
But I found out they sell organic strawberries, frozen ones. You get a big old bag of them. And so any of your fruit that you're buying, get organic mangoes, strawberries. The berries are beautiful for you. I know I'm off on a tangent right now, but the sugars have positive replacements. And then the fit over 50, don't feel like you got to be out there in no 500,000 jump contest doing all kind of aerobic stuff to you sweating and falling out. I'm not going to do it. So why would I tell you to do that? We're going to take it slow. I got chair yoga. I'm going to go do some sofa yoga today so I can stretch out these ribs and get the range of motion back in my arm from this surgery. But there's things that you can do, just yoga, peaceful. I got a hammock. I'm going to go swing on my hammock and read my word. That's my meditation and prayer. But the workout, get up and walk. Start with 5 minutes. Then go to 10 minutes. Walk in your neighborhood. One time when I went walking, I used to drive back and forth from my house to the highway going to work. One day I took a walk and I was like, man, I've lived here for 10 years and I never walked down this street. How crazy was that? That was in my old house. But here I've walked before. Me and the husband is taking a walk. But I'm going to get back into that outside. Go get your vitamin D. Get in the sunshine. But take it little by little. And that's what I'm focusing in the book and talking about it. And then we can come back. You can hook up with me. We can do some calls and talk about what's working, what's not. And you also can go to the vault and book a consultation with me. It's a button up there, book. Give me your email. Let's get together. Let's go. Let's do
it. 24 karat gold ball drop D. This is Miss Day. All day. Come on now. I love that. And like I'm saying, she will inspire you because she's real. If you want to sit there and talk about being real, but how not just being real, but in the process of life, how to get to the next stage in your life. This is the person you want to connect with. This is the person who will motivate you because she's real. She's going to tell you like it is. She's going to tell you how it is. She just mentioned, hey, I'm dealing with cancer. You know what? Because I was sitting here eating this sugar. You know what? I love my McDonald's fry, but this was going on with McDonald's fry. This was Chick-fil-A. This was going on with that. She telling the truth because she lived it. And she realized when she made these changes in life, how life has been, how life had gave her more abundance when she made the changes. So this is the type of person you definitely want to get in contact with. And we're going to talk, I'm going to ask a few more questions. And of course, Ms. Day, you want to come back because you got a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge that we want to make sure that we share where we get, where we use this platform is. But I want to ask a couple more questions. You often said, let's get it, let's go. What is the mindset behind that message?
The mindset behind let's get it, let's go is that because you could think whomever that's hearing this on the sound of my voice, you know that you have purpose, you know you have gifts, you have a calling, but you kind of tend to sit on them for whatever reason. Like I said, I didn't have imposter syndrome, but I think having my YouTube channel, Mrs. Day All Day, I got stuck in a place, and because some haters of my, from 40 years ago that I went to high school with, was feeling some kind of way about me, I started worrying about how people were seeing me. That made me sit on my gift. But then I had to have a come to Jesus meeting, and I had to get checked up about whom and who I belong to. Okay. And anybody, that's where I came to the conclusion. As loving and caring as I am, everybody's not going to appreciate what I have to say, but that's okay. If I reach somebody, if somebody is blessed, their faith is increased, their health is done, they become an advocate for themselves, then I've done what I was called to do. And I think that the let's get it, let's go is let's get it. Stop sitting on your gift. Let's go. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart. Lean not to your own understanding. In all of your ways, acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path right into whatever supposed to be. And that's let's get it, let's go. We can't keep sitting on it. And for a while back, I would get very weepy. You know me, I could get emotional real quick. And I'm just start feeling sad, like, God, I haven't done what you called me to do. Time is ticking, time is running out. I'm getting older. Here come another year. But God said, let's get it, let's go. Stop talking about what you haven't done. Let's look forward to what there's to do. And that's when I stopped all that crying about that. I don't know, none of us know the time or the day. But while
Come on now.
do what I'm supposed to do right now, while I'm yet alive, while it's yet still day, where I can work, where I can be of service. Oh.
Woo, come on now. Are you on fire? What? Go ahead in the comments, y'all. Go ahead and throw some fire emojis. Go ahead and chat, throw some fire emojis, guys, and throw some hearts up there too. Throw some hearts in there, because this sister on fire right now. And I tell you, I feel you. It's the press. It's the press. It's not really sitting on your behind. It's to realize that you are in purpose. You got life.
Yes.
Take advantage of it. Come on now.
There is a press. And that's what I always think about too. Let me share this. Is that one of my favorite scriptures is Psalms 23. And when I think about that, yea, though I've walked through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil. And when I think about that, the visual that I get in my mind is that you can be up at the top of the mountaintop. And then at some time, we all get the moments where we start descending, where we going down, we feeling some kind of way. And you can get down in the valley. But when you're down in the valley, he didn't say lay down and die. He said, yea, though I walk through that shadow of death, I'll fear no evil. But he said, walk. And so when you get to the bottom of a plateau in a valley, it's going to level out at some point, right? And then you're going to begin to ascend. You got to come up out of that thing. And that's when you get on the other side of it. But he didn't say, yea, though I went down in the valley and I just laid out and I died. He said, yea, though I walked.
Come on now.
And that's the mentality that we got to have, because, honey, all of us going to have some stuff. Some stuff is coming and life is going to be lifing. And yea, call on the name of the Lord and he will lead you up out of there, because it wasn't intended for you to die in no valley, okay? And if God call us home to be absent from the body, we be present with the Lord. And my deepest condolences to your friend that did not make it with her tumor situation. But we got to remember and celebrate life and how the beautiful people that have been in our lives. But what are you going to do right now? That's how God checked me. While you weeping about you may die and didn't do what I told you, how about you? Let's get it. Let's go. And you go from here on. Y'all have some legacy. Somebody can play this back after I go on to glory and say, hey, she was talking about it. She did what she was supposed to do. Okay? That's the space I want to be caught in, because I am Esther.
Come on now. You mentioned something about Psalm 23. I'm going to just drop this gold bar. I say Jim Bone, drop this gold bar, then we'll leave it alone. When you said walk through the valley of the shadow of death, the only way you have a shadow is that light cast. So you're walking towards the light. So I'll leave that right there, because I'll just leave it like that. With that being said, we're going to jump to the next question.
All right.
It's always light.
You gotta look towards the light. Night, because I drop it right now. I should have brought it.
All right, then. Well, I'm going to ask this one. Then I got two more questions I'm going to ask. What legacy are you building for the next generation, and how can we support it?
I think the next legacy that I want to leave for us savvy senior women and for the young women is to put more value on our lives, to know that you are worthy, that you have been called according to a purpose, and that you can walk in that thing without hesitation. That's the legacy that I want to leave. And if my life has been any example, the highs, the lows, the trauma, because, I've had a lot of trauma in my childhood, and the legacy that was in front of me. I'm telling you, if I could leave anything, it would be about dealing with the adversity, coming through it and sharing it, but growing to that next level. Not wallowing in it, not a pity party, not any of that. Not staying stuck in something that's not serving you because you don't want to feel bad that you had the divorce. If it's not serving your life or growing you, you got to go. You got to go. Like I say, that bozo life wasn't for me. And then God said, I can't bring goodness if you still caught up in this. And so we got to just cherish each day that we have, be of service to somebody in whatever capacity that is. It may not be you having a YouTube channel. It may not be that you have a podcast, but you got a voice. You got a community. If you got a church, a family, there's people in nursing homes who love a visitor. But I see me as being that legacy that I stood on business in some pink Timberlands and I shared what God told me to do. And I had some other cute shoes because God said you're going to be on stages in some cute shoes. And I got a lot of them that I haven't worn.
Come on now. So you got a lot of stages that you got to be on because you got to wear them shoes. Come on now.
Oh, yes.
All right, got one more question for you. Define the word life and what do life means to you?
Wow. The word life to me, first thing came to my mind was God, because I look at how God created me. And I wasn't created under the best circumstances. Let's just say that. But in God's eyes, I was. And he said that he'll never forsake me nor leave me. And that no matter if my mother or my father did, that he would always lift me up. And for me, life is that light. And I love that what you just said is you're walking, going toward the light. That the light is the expression of God through me. That's what it means to me. And that if I'm standing in it, I'm sharing it, I'm telling of the goodness of God and all that he's done for me, then that is life just abundantly. And the word says he'll give you life more abundantly. Not on a just superficial level, not on a just a glitz and glam level, but from the inside out, my life is just so blessed. And that's why he's preserved me. But it's to share, it is to care, and it's to just spread the love. Life and love and God are just all in one for me.
Come on now. 24 karat gold bars drop indeed. I thank you, Miss Day, all day. You coming back to the Wise Hour. And we're going to talk about some more stuff, especially the standpoint about relationship and divorces and stuff. You come back on because you cover a lot of things, especially with health and finance and just your journey and stuff like that. It's so amazing. I'm so thankful for you.
Thank you so much. I would be so honored to do that because I'm telling you, there's a journey and women need to know. I would love to talk about it because I am very transparent from the divorce to the bankruptcy to selling homes, buying homes, and protecting yourself. Okay.
Come on.
Insurance. GoFundMe is not an insurance policy. Okay.
Come on. You telling the truth.
Love it. I would love it. I have enjoyed this so much. The Wise Hour house is just so blessed and comfortable. And I thank you for considering to have me come and meet your audience and talk to you.
Thank you. I know they bless. I know they motivate. I know people are shouting. And, like I said, y'all go ahead and throw them hearts. Y'all go ahead and throw them fires and go hit them comments because this has been an amazing, amazing show today. And Miss Day all day, guarantee you, going to have you motivated all day. So we thank you, Queen. And before we go, now again, tell people how can they reach you?
Okay, they can reach me. You can go and drop into the vault, MrsDayAllDay.com. That is Mrs. Day's vault. That's where you can get all of the eBooks, all of them. Y'all know what they are: smoothies, juices, fit over 50, kicking the sugar habit, keto, vegan, and plant-based. And you can book a session with me. I'll give you a 15-minute free consultation. You just click the button up in the upper right and leave your info, and let's get it. Let's go. Okay, and MrsDayAllDay.com is my YouTube channel. Mrs. Day All Day is my IG, my Instagram, and TikTok. Mrs. Day All Day. Come on, let's click and subscribe. I'm looking forward to it, and I love to meet you all. Thank you.
Yes, let's get it and let's go. We definitely have you back. Thank you, Queen, and we're looking forward to be able to go to the vault and also go to your YouTube channel. So go to the YouTube channel, family, and definitely check it out. So thank you, Miss Day. We'll see you on the next time when you come on to the Wise Hour, okay?
Thank you, King Wise. Praise and blessings.
Family, was that 24 karat gold bars dropped indeed? Miss Day all day. I'm telling you, you have been empowered and inspired to go out. And she shared her testimony. She's been through a lot, but she don't look like it. And she 62 and unstoppable, family. And reason why, because she's motivated. She realized the things in her life has also charged her to share her story in life for us to be able to encourage us to go out and do the same thing. So definitely check her out. All her information is in the description just below the like button. Hey, family, you want to support the channel? I have a merch line. You can go to this link right here and you can get your wear shirt, understand where you are. Hey, also dropping 24 karat gold bars indeed. So get a t-shirt, get a couple, get it to a friend, family. It's definitely a great way to support the channel. All right, family. Love is a action word. While you're taking the time to love yourself, make sure you show love to someone else. And we see you next time on the next The Wise Hour. So everybody, take care and peace.
Feeling lost in the crowd, hard-headed, just a bit loud, but searching for a brighter day. In the midst, find our way. Pain, shadows every move, struggle trying to improve. Hope whispers in my ear, telling me the way you feel. Breaking free, living the life indeed. Breaking free, set to rise, dreams that we chase, no time to waste. Voices calling out my name, time to break out from the same. Chains fall away like rain, freedom never felt this way. Heartbeats taking the lead, planting courage like a seed. On this path we'll unite, in the darkness find the light. Breaking free, living the life indeed. Breaking free, set to rise, dreams that we chase, no time to waste. Breaking free, living the life indeed. Breaking free, set to rise, dreams that we chase, no time to waste. Voices calling out my name, time to break out from the same. Chains fall away like rain, freedom never felt this way. Heartbeats taking the lead, planting courage like a seed. On this path we'll unite,